Jerry Boykin, former three-star general, made it clear that when Jesus comes back, he'll be carrying an AR-15. It's not a veneer. I mean, these are true believers.
The Lord is a warrior, the Lord is his name. And in Revelation 19, it says when he comes back, he's coming back as a warrior, riding a white horse with a blood-stained white robe, carrying a sword. And I believe that sword he'll be carrying when he comes back is an AR-15.
Today, the modern evangelical is preparing for an actual holy war. Armed, training militia groups, plenty of guns, plenty of ammunition. They're going to cost what you might call sane, ordinary America very heavily.
I want to see Jesus take that sword and slay the enemy and watch the blood run up to the bits of the horses. Anybody else in here?
And he's concerned about the role of evangelical Christian nationalists in the military. Some of these Christian nationalists have zeroed in on some biblical prophecy that if a certain criteria is met in terms of the chosen people of Jews controlling Jerusalem, that there will be an Armageddon. What are the dangers of having people that have this kind of doomsday mindset that cataclysmic war is important for bringing back Christ? How can that endanger U.S. interests?
The most vivid danger in all of this, I think, is the special relationship with Israel. Christians United for Israel, John Hagee's group, is a quintessential example of the danger. They are looking for the U.S. relationship with Israel, ultimately, to bring about Armageddon and the rapture and Christ's 1,000-year reign. That's what they're there for.
This is the first time that soldiers from the United States are going to be permanently assigned to a base in Israel.
We in the military said no to every president from Harry Truman on. We will not put a military base in Israel. If you order us to, we'll quit. Now we got a base there. We got a base there. When Hezbollah has the temerity to put a missile on that base, or by accident, we're in for a penny, in for a pound. That base is there, and Trump allowed that base to go there, so that, as we say in the military, if the really hits the fan, we're in it immediately, because the U.S. has been attacked. The Stars and Stripes flies over that base.
Family, Officers Christian Fellowship, that are incredibly involved in the military. They have offices on military bases, they have senior military officials. We call those fundamentalist Christians or Dominion Christians. The Seven Mountains Mandate, the New Apostolic Reformation. Their job is to transform the military and the militaries of the world into this version of this weaponized Christianity. Jerry Boykin, former three-star general, made it clear that when Jesus comes back, he'll be carrying an AR-15. It's not a veneer. I mean, these are true believers.
The Lord is a warrior, the Lord is his name. And in Revelation 19, it says when he comes back, he's coming back as a warrior, riding a white horse with a blood-stained white robe, carrying a sword. And I believe that sword he'll be carrying when he comes back is an AR-15.
You know, in the media, we've seen images of crusader symbols, of Christian symbols, of units deployed in Iraq and Afghanistan.
We had 138 U.S. Marines that came to us in Helmand province in Afghanistan. They were walking into the villages out there, and the village elders, most of them hadn't even heard of 9/11, but they'd heard of what I ended up calling the Jesus rifle. A company called Trijicon, based out of Michigan. They had about a $2 billion contract to make rifle scopes for our military. On the scopes, if you look closely, were biblical citations from the book of Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, Revelation. It was burned into the scope. Now think of the optics of American soldiers shooting Muslims in Afghanistan through the scopes that have the New Testament citations. These are Air Force fighters that can carry nuclear weapons. Complete crusader iconography, complete with this, the helmet, the 3 cross-shaped stars, of course the sword, and the crucifix. All stuff like this does is completely motivate the recruiting efforts of Boko Haram, Al-Qaeda in the Arabian Peninsula, ISIS, the Mujahideen, and the Taliban. How do they refer to America? The Crusaders. This doesn't help.
Never in the history of the world have all the players been on the stage. Iran, Russia, China, Europe, America. Everything is absolutely perfect. The final battle for global supremacy will be the mother of all wars at Armageddon.
If, for instance, Trump goes into a second term, beyond that, you have these evangelical theocracy people. If this vision prevails, they would be fighting a genuine crusade. And so their American foreign policy becomes a tool of biblical prophecy. And it hinges on a minority of American voters to whom this is not an issue, it is the issue. Because the whole apocalyptic vision of the end of their own lives hinges on it. It's personal.